Hello everyone, I'm Eric from Sports 365, here once again is my colleague Alex. So, Arsenal played their final game of the 2022-2023 Premier League season, hosting Wolves at the Emirates. Thankfully, Arsenal finished on a positive note, beating Wolves 5-0, and so Arsenal finished second with 84 points. So, at very least, Arsenal finished the season on a high note. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, it was our first really good performance in a while. It's just a shame that it came too late for us to, still challenge for the title.
Yeah, uh, obviously, not winning the title it's disappointing, but I think we all came into this season with the expectation that Arsenal were going to finish in the top four, and team finished pretty comfortably in second. So, yeah, despite some disappointment, I think overall the season was still definitely a success. So, there were quite a few positives in this match. And I think a good place to start is in the defense. However, Arsenal did keep a clean sheet in this game, and Arsenal also didn't let Wolves even get a single shot on target in the entire match, which is very good since Wolves not been the most free-scoring Premier League team. They certainly have some offensive threats, so Benny was very good in this final match of the season. Yep. What are your thoughts on that defensive performance from Arsenal?
Yeah, it was a much better defensive performance. It was great to keep a clean sheet, but again, I wish we would play this all defensively in the last few games before this one.
Yeah, I think it's definitely quite good for this match. Arsenal was defending last month or so, really more like 8 weeks of the season. Definitely could have been better, but it was good to see the defense play really well in this match and keep a clean sheet, because Arsenal honestly haven't kept making shits at home in this season as I would like. Now, in terms of the midfield, everyone there played well, but Xhaka was definitely the standout player in Arsenal's midfield this time. He scored twice in the first half and contributed greatly to Arsenal having a 3-0 lead at halftime, basically, killing off the game before the second half even began. Obviously, Xhaka seems likely to leave the club this summer, so it was really good to see him have a very strong performance. What's probably going to be its final Arsenal game. What are your thoughts on Xhaka's performance against Wolves?
Yeah, he was excellent, just as he's been the whole season. He scored a brace, which I believe is the first brace he's ever scored for the club in the 7 years or whatever he played there. So it was a great final match for him. It certainly looks like it's his final match. It is his final match at Arsenal, at least.
Yeah, it was really great to see him play really well. He's had a really good season overall, and certainly contributed significantly to Arsenal finally returning to the Champions League for the first time in nearly 7 years. So he played really well and was, applauded as he was substituted in the second half, as he should be, and wish him nothing but the best if he does end up leaving, which it seems likely. So, in terms of the other attacking players, there were a lot of them that played well. Trossard played really well. He got an assist to Saka in the first half, and then went to Jesus in the second half, and Saka had a really good game as well, and scored a really nice goal in the first half to make it 3-0 Arsenal, basically killing off the game, finishing chance created by Trossard. So I think Saka and Trossard both had really strong games, and Trossard overall has been a really great signing. It was good to see Saka demonstrate his quality yet again after signing that new contract with the club. What are your thoughts on the performances from Saka and Trossard against Wolves?
Yeah, both of them were excellent. It's hardly a surprise with Saka, although he has had a few questionable performances lately. And it was good to see Trossard. Was this his first match, or one of his first matches back after injury?
One of those first.
Yeah, it's good to see him put in a good performance, soon after coming back from that injury, and hopefully he can continue this good form next season for Arsenal.
Yeah, it was really good to see both of them play well. Trossard's really been good ever since Arsenal signed him. And Saka has had some slightly disappointing performances in recent weeks, but he demonstrated his quality once again, and again, very happy that he signed a new contract with the club, because tying him down was very important, and it's good that the club did that before the summer transfer window even starts.
Yep.
Now, as previously mentioned, the defensive role played really well in this game. Didn't let Wolves get a single shot on target and kept a clean sheet. And Yaka Kior was certainly part of that. Played really well defensively, was composed on the ball, and overall just looking better and better as he's adapted more to the Premier League. He also scored Arsenal's 5th goal in this game. It's the first goal of his Arsenal career, so he played really well, and it's good to see him play well in this latter half of the season, and it gives me hope that he'll be even better once he's more established next season. What are your thoughts on Kior's performance against Wolves?
Yeah, he was excellent against Wolves, both defensively and scoring that goal. Seems like his performances have gradually just gotten better and better and better. I'm glad to see that, because we certainly need him to take over Holding's role.
Yeah, Arsenal will probably still add in defense a little bit, I would expect. But it is definitely good to see Kivior step up, especially since Arsenal probably going to be selling some defensive players, particularly Holdings, most likely going to be gone. So yeah, it's definitely good to see Kivior start to adapt to the Premier League relatively quickly. I think with full preseason with the club, I think he should be even better next season. So yeah, very happy with his performance and his progression. Now, in terms of manager rating, obviously going to have to give Arteta a very good one. This one, and I gave him a 9 out of 10 in this game. I think he got pretty much everything right, and it was good to see that the players were really motivated to end the season on a high note, because obviously in this match didn't really mean that much. Arsenal had already secured second, they already secured Champions League football, so really more of a pride thing, I guess, playing at home and wanting to get a positive result from the home fans. But they were well prepared, very good defensively. Got 8 shots on target and scored 5 goals, and several of the subs did well as well. So I guess 9 out of 10 for me. What are your thoughts on how Arteta did in this match?
Yeah, I think Arteta was great. I think he got the players motivated. He set the team up properly. Starting 11 was good. Tactics were good, and the substitutions were good. So I think 9 out of 10 is a good rating.
Yeah, definitely did a very good job there, and there was a high manager rating, so it was really good to see the club end the season with an victory from their home fans. So there you have it. That concludes Arsenal's 2022-2023 Premier League season. Obviously, in some ways, a little bit disappointing as far as not winning the title, but Arsenal will be back in the Champions League next season, which is obviously going to be huge for summer recruitment. And Arsenal will definitely be looking to make a lot of signings and really push for the title, even more next season. So overall, very positive campaign and a great way to end it with a very convincing home win.
Yep, sure was.